What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and we have a Wall Street Bets post from someone who sadly lost a substantial amount of money, nearly down 25,000, a little over 25,000, nearly $26,000. Of course, looking at playing Tesla calls. Of course, we're going to be going into understanding the trade a little bit better and exactly what could have happened, looking at the charts, looking at IV Crush, and really what comes into play around those very short-dated options, especially that the people love to gamble and kind of throw their money away at those YOLO trades, and really just seeing those really strong profits potentially deteriorate, and at the same time trying to better understand on what really is happening with those shorter dated calls, and kind of showing a graph to kind of highlight what's going on here. So sadly enough, snack box, basically I'm sorry, I feel bad for you losing all that money. It's definitely going to be very tough just in the past 3 months being down substantially. Again, it looks like he bottomed for a little bit here, nearly losing 94% of all his capital on the account. That's going to be difficult to come back from because current buying power is around $29, coming from all the way from 26,000. So that is definitely a wake-up call. Very sad to see this happen. Definitely sounds very much like a Wall Street Bets YOLO play. That being said, where could we be seeing, switching to the chart here, we're going to be looking at Tesla. So Tesla, if you bought calls, again, timing is everything on those shorter dated options. So looking here on the Tesla chart here, this thing again, of course, we have earnings coming out soon. We have earnings coming out, I believe, on Wednesday after the bell with this next quarter that we talked about. Of course, Tesla has a lot of movement a lot of the times because, again, you have Elon always saying things. Whatever's going on in the world, a lot of short sellers, just gets a lot of publicity, good and bad on the same side. So on a given day, this thing fluctuates quite a bit. And again, ever since the split, which it sounds like some of the comments people have been down on, people were going full bull mode on the sense of having that split really come in to really take them to that next level. But what's really been happening since the split, it's just been in that kangaroo mode and just been bouncing around here, not really being able to get above that $460 range there, which is basically we've hit this nearly 3 times at those range again. Coming to earnings, complete coin flip, so be very mindful of what could happen after earnings. That being said, again, a lot of spotlight on the stock. So for example, let's go ahead and move over Tastyworks. So Tastyworks is what the account that I use for trading options. So we go ahead and look at some shorter dated options. So let's look at like October's options that are expiring this week. So of course, this is going to be on the earnings week here. Again, Tastyworks, if you're interested in trading, opening account, have an affiliate link down below. Definitely check it out. I love them. And as well, one more plug, that we are running the 2K Tastyworks small account, which I'll share some trades. We put on actually 2 trades, the first 2 trades today, just down a hair, but again, the mark has been volatile, but kind of discussing what's going on there. All right, going back to Tesla. So looking at Tesla, kind of being down and bouncing around as of today, with that overall move this week, as you can see here on the options chain, we're seeing this week's option, October 23rd, the plus or minus is $39. So they're saying, the market maker's saying a move of $39 up or down just in this given week. And of course, you can see on how fast these options could deteriorate really fast. Because again, the IV, which is the implied volatility, is at an extremely high level. It's at 120%. Of course, that can go all the way up to 250. We've seen some Nikola calls back in the day go really crazy with high implied volatility. There's a lot of stocks that still have that, especially the SPAC stocks have a extreme high volatility rating. Of course, that just means the high fluctuations, and get ready for a bumpy ride. So, you know what, you got to buckle up when you definitely see those coming through. So be very not anxious, but be ready to feel some turbulence when you're playing those particular calls. So for example, let's just kind of do a hypothetical trade. Let's put I'm a Wall Street Bets YOLO player. I'm going to put my hat on, and I want to see on how this plays out. What am I going to be looking at? I'm going to be probably looking at buying a round number. So I'm going to be looking for like 500 to potentially play out. Because again, a lot of people are going to be looking at how cheap the option can be get. So cheaper the option, the less likely it's going to be most likely be in the money. AKA, so if I bought the 500 call as of right now, I would pay $3.80 or $380, and I have a 12% chance of probability of profit on that trade. So this kind of let that sink in there for a second. So breaking down that trade, looking at that $500 strike price again for the options expiring this week. Because again, we're diving into a YOLOers Wall Street Bets trader here. That's what they're going to be looking at. They're going to be probably buying a nice round number of these. So they could be buying 10 or 100 of these at one time. So that right there is going to be around $3,700. So looking here on the curve here, we can kind of see on how this plays out. This really kind of shows on what potentially could happen here, really showing the probability of profit. And again, that probability of profit is around 12% because the delta is really far out. It's outside of the standard deviation. So looking here on the graph here, you're seeing these little vertical lines. This first line here, or these first two lines, or the outside of the bell curve, is the standard deviation of 1. And then, of course, the way farther ones, the little bit further dashed lines, is the standard deviation of 2. So we're right out of standard deviation of 1 around that $500 strike price. Again, Tesla, as everyone knows, it could run. If it has a fantastic quarter and blows up numbers, this thing can go really high. That being said, with the particular momentum and so forth going on, you can never tell. This guy could easily, trade can go really gangbusters or really just flop. That being said, again, because we have that delta is at 147 points. The theta itself, that's the time decay, that's the crush of just time going against the options. Because again, you're buying these options only 4 days out. So you are betting, you are saying Tesla has to get well above 500 or even near 500 in the next couple days on a large amount of movement, with that IV to really push that stock even higher. That being said, that's going to be very difficult to do because of, again, it's kind of running to earnings. The earnings is not happening till Wednesday, so most likely just being kind of stagnant into that time frame. That being said, my cup of tea is not the favorite thing just to completely go straight calls into earnings because, again, that IV crush is very disgusting and it hurts a lot, especially. I promise you that. With that being said, keeping the boundaries around this and seeing on how this plays out, because again, you can move this around here and kind of see that probability of profit kind of come in on those particular strike prices. Of course, you have a lot more red going into. So if we go back to that $500 call, as of right here, we're seeing that break even kind of come in here. So we can analyze this, get these shares out of the way, and really see on how that plays out here. Looking at this particular pattern here, we need to break above by the Friday expiration, needs to be above like that $2, $502 to get any kind of profit on Friday. Of course, with IV, things can really move around. You have the red line up here, which is really showing the bell curve, and this is kind of where the expansion of the volatility will be coming into. Again, still see those standard deviation channels on the left and right side, so be very mindful about this. This is, again, the YOLO mindset of a trader who is really just swinging for the fences, lack of better words. With earnings, again, yes, things can happen, things can really fly without a doubt, but Tesla, do you really want to try to see on if Tesla can do nothing? Tesla can jump up to 490. You could maybe get a little bit of profit out of it if you time it exactly right. But that being said, it's just very much a really just gambling it away. I know people see it on the Wall Street Bets of like, wow, this guy turned in $5,000 into $50,000 overnight. That doesn't happen very often. It's been very lucky. There's like 100 people in front of him that just lost all that initial YOLO calls going into earnings. So very mindful of that. Again, guys, before I let you go, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely check out the affiliate link for Tastyworks and check out the Patreon page if you want to support the channel and learn at the same time. Again, guys, this is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.